What's good, YouTube? My name is Jody and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'll be showing you guys how I turn digital images into film-like images. It's not film, it's film-like, so meaning I just edit the picture to make it look like film. I really like film. I do. It's really expensive to get it developed, especially because I do not know like how to develop film or anything like that. I just started getting into it. So I did buy like a whole bunch of disposable cameras because like that's the best way in my opinion to start. And I do also have a point and shoot that I did get at the thrift store. Videos on those are coming soon. I do want to document my film journey, and I thought like that's the best way to do it. But anyways, this is my tutorial on how you can achieve the film look on digital images. If you guys like this, let me know. If you guys don't like it, then I guess you can still let me know. But I hope you enjoy the video. Let's get into it. What's good, guys? I am going to teach you how you can achieve a film look on a digital picture. So first things first, I took this picture at an abandoned complex. It's not like a big commercial complex. It was more like like someone owned it, like, you know, one of those kind of small complexes. And it was a very interesting site. I saw some interesting things inside. I do have a vlog, a little mini vlog about that whole experience, that whole day. It's very interesting. I'm probably gonna post it after this video. But let's get straight into it. The first thing I like to do when I upload any picture to Lightroom is I like to like fix the angles, fix everything about it, right? So I first things first, make sure it's leveled. I already did that before I started to screen record. I like to mess with the vertical sometimes and the horizontal, but I did not necessarily have to do that, obviously, because I didn't touch it. I didn't really care for it. So now this is one thing that trips me up, right? And this is, in my opinion, is one of the most important parts. So when you like shoot film, they say that it's better to like overexpose than underexpose your picture while you're, you know, shooting film. And one thing about and one thing I think about when I am creating that film look in Lightroom is that I love the exposure. Like, don't get me wrong, but sometimes the exposure itself, it's not going to give you that film look. So the first thing I like to do is I like to play with the highlights and the shadows, because that plays a big part also in the film look. Because when you shoot film, whether it's like a expensive film camera or just a point and shoot or disposable, the shadows are heavy, and it's just it's like a solid mixture of like, I don't want to say dark and like light, but basically that. So I kind of like try to keep that in mind. I don't know if I'm making sense to anybody. I'll like throw a picture I did already like on the screen somewhere so you guys can kind of like understand what I'm talking about, the shadows and the light. But anyways, back to this. So the first thing I like to do is definitely play with the highlights. I like to go dark and I like to go light just to see what it'll do. I start it all over, and I do the same thing when it comes to the shadows. One thing that I did notice about this is I did like when I pull down the shadows that you can really just see this branch tree weed thing. It's really cool. But then I also like the fact that it blends in and you can kind of focus more on the back. But since I'm thinking film, I'm thinking that we don't go dark and we go light, of course. So this is the thing, like making it the perfect. Okay, 15. I'm gonna just go like try to get to 20. There we go. Okay, I got to 20. That's cool. You can still kind of see like this one particular little branch weed thing. So I'm still cool with it. I'm cool. Another thing I like to do, but I don't do it like right now, I do it last, is I like to play with the white and the blacks. Those also play a part. So now I'm going to go to the highlights and just kind of see what I get while playing with the highlights. So I think that's cool. Once again, I don't want to make it too dark. So I'm going to go ahead and stick with this right here. I am going to boost in the contrast, just a slight, and this is the exposure. Honestly, like, you don't really have to mess with the exposure after you do like the highlights and the shadows, if I'm gonna be like completely honest. Okay, so from here I do like to play with the colors sometimes, just to see like what the picture would look like. So I'm just gonna like make it to my liking. You know, if you don't like it, it's cool. You know, everybody has their own like artistic eye, I guess, or everybody likes, you know, different things. So if you don't like this, I mean, I'm sorry. If you do, then okay, cool. We have the same, you know, artistic eye. So there's reds in this. The only thing about the color is you have to make sure that it still looks realistic, that it doesn't look fake, you know, because that's not exactly what you want. You don't want it to look fake. So I kind of like analyze the whole picture to make sure nothing looks fake. Okay. So I do kind of play with the texture. I only really use texture and clarity when I'm dealing with like people pictures. It makes the person like stick out. But I don't try not to use a lot of it. I tend to overdo it sometimes. So that's kind of like something that I'm working on. Okay, so the dehaze is like, it's a love-hate relationship with it. Sometimes it makes the picture perfect and sometimes it makes the picture like horrible. So I like to go all the way back and forth just to see what kind of effect I get from it. See, like I said, dehaze will just like, it'll do so much to the picture. I do like to use just a little bit just so it doesn't, there we go. Okay. And then it's time to use, drum roll please. I call them filters. I don't know what you're supposed to call them, but I call them filters. And I like to literally go through every single one. Every single filter, I like to go until one is just like, I have to use that one. Honestly, a lot of these look good. I haven't seen one that's pulled at me. Going for the film look, I like this one. Vintage one is cool. I like, if I don't really find anything solid that I like, I'll go to modern and I'll just kind of like tap through something that, you know, might catches my attention. I can do modern 7. So, like I said, I do like to play with it. I like to make things look realistic. So, cool. And now I'm going to go play with the light a little bit more, just to kind of to clean it up a little. Honestly, when you're doing like does it need whites? No, it does not. It doesn't need any whites. I'm trying not to pull from the sky. That's too much. That's fine. So this is the final product, guys. So I hope you guys like it. I hope that was helpful. But just know, like, when you're trying to achieve that film look, like I said, you are always trying to, I wouldn't brighten it too much, but you're trying to like make it like this, you know? It's not too dark, it's not too like bright, it's just right. Like it's in the middle. It's a nice vintage look. You know, that's why a lot of people like film, because film is very like vintage. So that's really about it. So if you guys like this video, thumbs it up. If you want more videos like these, let me know. If you don't like the video, it's cool. Thumbs it down. And that's about it. Peace.